Okay, so let's talk a little bit about late game, once you've hit level 90 and all that good stuff. I'm going to throw a concept out there, okay? And the concept is this: Blizzard's World of Warcraft gaming model is to make you play as long as possible. They're not concerned with how much fun you're having, even though they say they do. Keep in mind, these guys are cutthroat. All they care about is keeping you paying them money. Okay. Now, hopefully there's at least one Blizzard fanboy that sees this and thinks I'm completely full of shit. So I'm going to talk about it. Let's look at 5.2, because that was the last patch that I played, and the last patch that, it's fresh in my mind. I might reference a few other patches. Let's look at the standard in-game play and how it's designed to keep you playing. Not to keep you enjoying the game, and designed to keep you playing. Okay. Now, there are a few standard sort of things. There are caps, valor point caps, honor point caps, justice point caps, conquest caps. Now, honor and justice, you can refill those caps after you've spent the currency, but we'll get into that in a minute. Let's focus on the valor and the conquest. Now, what do these caps serve? Like, what's their purpose? Well, Blizzard says, and their completely false attitude, that the caps are there to ensure that people don't become too powerful too quickly. They're there to ensure the fair play, right? Well, a guy like me, I've got 80 hours a week to play WoW, whereas another player, he might only have 20 hours a week to play WoW. So why should I benefit more than him? Right? That's Blizzard's argument with Valor and Conquest. Well, let's think about that. Is there any other aspect of life, or any other video game for that matter, where playing more doesn't get you better? I'm not phrasing that right. Let's go back to the life example. Okay, is there any area of life where doing something more does not allow you to get better? You might think of a few things. Well, I could vacuum my house 20 times in a row. It's not going to get much cleaner than the first time I vacuumed. Well, that's fine, but that's not a skill, and that's not an area of improvement. That's a maintenance. So, if I go to the gym 20 hours a week, and you only go to the gym 10 hours a week, I'm going to be stronger than you. I don't go to the gym 20 hours a week, but I'm just saying, as an example. Let's look at other video games, right? Like, if I were to play StarCraft 2 80 hours a week, and you only played 20 hours a week, I'm going to be a better StarCraft 2 player. Now, you might be more talented than me, and you might pick up on the game concepts quicker and be able to beat me. But if I were to clone myself, and one of my clones played 8 hours a week, and the other clone played 20 hours a week, the 80-hour-a-week clone is going to decimate the 20-hour-a-week clone. Okay? I do understand that some people are just better than other people at different things, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't think that me playing 80 hours a week should make me a better player than you, but it should allow me to have better gear. It should allow me to progress. But no, you can't. I mean, once you hit your Valor and Conquest caps, once you hit your reputation caps for the week, which there are, right? You can only do dailies once per day. That's a cap. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. So once you hit those caps, you can't go beyond that. But what do those caps actually do? They make me keep playing. So I have to play every week to get 1,000 Valor, as opposed to like letting me just play one week and get 4,000 Valor, or however much I could possibly accrue through random groups and rates. The whole system is designed to keep me playing. It's not designed to let me have fun, because if I have a week off of work, I can only accomplish as much on one character as I could during my week of work. I can't make my character any more powerful. I could maybe go get some old achievements I never got, but that's not going to make my character any more badass. The caps are there to ensure that we keep playing. You may ask yourself, like, isn't it frustrating, like, that I can only get 1,000 Valor a week, but all the items cost more than 1,000 Valor? Yeah, because that ensures you're going to play next week, because then when Tuesday rolls around and everything resets, you can get that 200 Valor really easily, and all of a sudden then you have a nice bright shiny ring, and you're inspired to play again for the next item that you can get the next week. And the same thing with raids. The raids are designed so that you keep playing. Like, think about this. You could take all the enjoyment you get out of raids and put them in a system where they didn't take so long. What do I mean by that? Well, think about the trash in 5.2. In 5.2, you spend more time killing the trash than you do killing farm bosses. So not progressing the boss, but if you've already killed the bosses and your group knows how to kill them, it takes you longer to do the trash than to do the actual farm bosses. So what this means is that most of your raid time in 5.2 is spent clearing areas you've already cleared. Why? Because that gives you less time to progress the new fights, and it makes you play longer. Everything is designed to make you play longer. That's why there's conquest caps. That's why there's valor caps. That's why there's so much trash in the dungeons. That's why the Brawlers Guild queues people up. And then you say, well, it's a really cool system, right? Like, because it's all real personal and you get to watch the people next to you fight. But couldn't I do that anyway? I mean, couldn't I watch the people fight and then still queue instantly and go to my own instance for my fight? And then people could still watch that if they wanted. Why does it have to go in order? Well, because that way the Brawlers Guild turns from a 1 hour cool gimmick in the game to a weeks long adventure, just by making you wait. And that's kind of the Blizzard World of Warcraft philosophy: make people wait. That's why you have to kill so much trash for the raids. That's why the heroic modes aren't unlocked until the second week. That's why when Mist of Pandaria came out, not all the raids were activated all at once. And Blizzard has all these reasons for that, like for making people wait. Oh, well, the balance isn't quite there yet. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you have to keep in mind that World of Warcraft, just on subscriptions alone, not including transfers, pet stores, all that other stuff, makes over $1 billion a year. They have unlimited resources. Okay? Now, the $1 billion is a limit, but in the gaming industry, it's limitless. Okay? They could make as good of a game as they wanted to, as fun of a game as they wanted to. But World of Warcraft has turned less into a game and more of a money pit. It's very accurate to say that, because everything in the game is designed to keep people playing. Everything in the game is designed to reward you after waiting, not necessarily rewarding you for skill. And you may think, well, that's not true. Well, you're right, it's not true for guys like Paragon, right, who go and kill everything before everybody else, because there's a lot of skill and patience involved in that. But for everybody else, what happens, right? Oh, we can't kill the second boss. We can't kill Horadon in 5.2. Oh, well, that's okay, because next week everybody's going to have better gear. So we'll just wait. We're waiting for people to get better gear, and then we'll be able to steamroll it. And that's the general design philosophy, right? I can't just grind out my farm. I have to wait for the dailies to reset every day. I have to keep going and waiting and waiting and waiting. And look at the aspects of the areas of the game where you don't have to wait, like archaeology. You can do as much archaeology as you want. You can do as much of the, I forget what it's called, but like, where you give the gifts to the farmers, that you go and find like the patches of dark soil. You don't have to wait for that. But keep in mind, the only areas of the game where there's no artificial, abstract, nonsensical cap is in the areas of the game that don't actually reward you. What do you get for getting everybody friends on the farm? You get just that. You get an achievement that says friends on the farm, and it shows all your guildies like, hey, guys, I have no life. Guys, I went and farmed so much dark soil, y'all could never compete with me. I did it, so what? It's fun, right? But it didn't give me anything. I didn't get anything for it. Same thing with archaeology. Oh, I went and grinded out all this stuff, so now my character that hits level 90 has an automatic 463 offhand. And I'm going to replace that like the same day I hit level 90. It's BOA though, right? Now I can make another character. And same thing with the heirlooms. Like, why don't they give heirlooms to new characters? Well, because it'll keep you playing to grind out the set of heirlooms. And the heirlooms themselves serve you to keep playing your alts. Everything serves to keep you playing. The focus is not on having fun. The focus is on to keep you playing. And that's ridiculous. And it's keep going. Just like, ask yourself, every time Blizzard introduces or changes a feature, Like, ask yourself, like, what is the main goal behind this? Is this gonna make me have more fun, or is this gonna make it to where the longer I play, the better I get, or the better I seem? Anyway, if I haven't made my point now, I don't think I'm going to, so I'll stop talking now.